So listen, it's time for Ask Max, right?
It is.
If there's a story out there, if something out there is happenings, in my humble opinion, is going to jump on it, right? So for any of you, I don't know. I'm trying to think of when this interview happened. It wasn't at the game yesterday, but let me set the stage for you. As you all know, the head coach of the UVA girls basketball team is resigning. Her name?
Joanne Boyle.
There we go. And there has been some rumors floating around, or I don't know, people just expressed their desires to have UVA alumni and former basketball player, point guard, Don Staley, who is the head coach at South Carolina Gamecocks, to take the position.
That's right.
Correct?
That is absolutely correct.
So they played yesterday, day before. I'm not sure that it happened during that game, but she was asked about it. Dawn was doing an interview. All right. This is what she had to say.
Yeah, we're going to kick it over to my man Preston Willett over at the Newsplex.
It didn't take very long for Virginia fans to start throwing out names after UVA women's basketball coach Joanne Boyle announced her retirement yesterday. But the first name on everyone's mind, UVA alum and South Carolina's national champion, Coach Don Staley. The most Virginia fans remember Staley as the top player in Virginia women's basketball history. Staley graduated in 1992 after winning the Naismith Player of the Year award twice and scored more than 2,000 points at UVA during her time here. She now sits second on the list. She spent the past 10 seasons at South Carolina, leading the program to a national championship last season. She was also just selected as the new U.S. national team coach. When asked earlier today about the job, Staley had this to say.
But would you have any interest in that?
In Virginia? No, I had no interest in Virginia. It was a surprise, and I'm sure people are gonna link me to the job because of it's my alma mater. I think a few years ago, kind of left a sour taste in my mouth. So, but there's new leadership there, and I actually, a leadership that's been in our league. So she's very familiar with UVA, and I'm quite sure that she's up to speed with, contributions that I gave to Virginia.
There you go.
There you have it.
That girl go hard.
There you have it.
That girl go hard.
And let's let everybody know, she's head coach of South Carolina, as you said,
right?
Who are the defending national champs. So she's a coach of a caliber who's able to recruit and have her players ready to defeat the likes of UConn. Anybody that knows anything about women's college basketball, you know that UConn Huskies is a force to be reckoned with on like a level unbelievable on the streak that they carry, how many championships that they have, and how they get the top recruits every year. Speaking of which, tomorrow night,
that's right,
South Carolina and Don Staley plays the Lady Huskies tomorrow night.
And they do have the number one player in the nation, Asia Wilson.
Yep, she's bad.
Yes.
She is bad. And our homegirl from Greene County, they're recruiting her. Like every school is recruiting her. That's right.
Oh, yeah, they are. We're talking about Samantha Brunell out in Greene.
Ms. Brunell.
So, based on that conversation there, begs the question, you think Don should come on back to Virginia, good old Virginia?
Man, you gonna take this?
I would just say no. Like, I'm gonna be honest, no, she shouldn't, and this is the reason I'm saying. She has taken the time to build what she has. Now, I'm not going against UVA. I cheer for UVA. Matter of fact, one of the girls on UVA's girls basketball team is somebody that's close to me and my family. So we support her wholeheartedly. Yeah, absolutely. But at this junction, no. Dawn needs to stay where Dawn is because she's already built it up to take on the likes of Gino up at UConn.
I'm just saying, like, I love her demeanor. It's got all kinds of jags and rough spots and things like that. If you watch her coach, like when she gets into it with the refs, like and her people come over to stop her, you might think she about to hit them or push them back the way she yanks away. I don't know that Virginia wants that. I don't know. She'd have to become a different person to come back here.
I would say what you said about Virginia, they do want that because the number one thing they're going to look for is to win, and she can recruit. And
I don't know. You seen her sitting on the bench?
Let me tell you something. She just brought South Carolina a national championship.
I understand, but it's all about the way we look.
Yeah, but the thing is, the question is, should Dawn come back? Dawn ain't coming back, nor should she.
Nah, she shouldn't.
And she built her, and this is the one thing I like, is that she took the mentality of, hey, Gino, I believe that I can build a program that can challenge you. And for all practical economic purposes, other than the check, she's getting everything she'll get from South Carolina. Like UVA, you can't say, well, you're in the ACC. She's like, I don't care about that. I compete on the national stage now.
Yeah,
so there's no benefit.
She's not gonna get free reign here.
Yeah, you're not gonna get.
Shout out to Mike London.
Word.
You gave Mike a
awkward silence.
I tried to drop the mic, but Almighty got this joker bandaged up there real well.
And one other thing, Dawn might have a taste in her mouth, because y'all know I was in Charlotte at that UVA game for the men. I was there.
So look,
and I saw them take that L. So she's probably like, I don't want to be associated with a loser right now.
Do we know though that tiff that she's talking about, Charles? Do we know? What that is?
Yeah, absolutely. And so, let me get my ounce and tie all that in.
Okay.
Because let's remember that, like I said, she's a young lady of a reputable character, and qualifications and accomplishments. So when UVA recruited her, to the point of y'all saying her, her demeanor and if it fits that UVA image, she was heavily recruited, here coming from the inner city of Philly. So they were accepting that then, and granted that was some time ago, but she built a legacy here, right? So now, I think that should be respected. But to what you just asked, the issue that she's speaking of that left a bad taste in her mouth was exactly that. She was the head coach at Temple University, even built that ladies program into something reputable. And so the UVA job came available. She wanted the job then. So this was 8 years ago when Coach Boyle got the job. So that's the bad taste that she's talking about.
Gotcha.
Now, as I was talking to Razor about before the show, a lot of people are only playing the first half of that interview. The first part of that interview, she says, Virginia, no. I'm not interested.
She says, nah.
Right. Yeah, nah, cuz. So the second half, though, did you peep what she said at the end? Yeah. She said, but there's new leadership now that knows who I am, and they know about my contributions that I've made to the game because they're from my game. You follow me? So she left that open-ended. Now, me personally...
You don't think that's interpretation?
No, I don't, because I think the first was just as blunt as the second half of what she said. The first half, it was like, if that's all you hear, you can be like, she has no interest, she's not coming. Even though we know sports figures do that all the time. Everybody that's in a contract, they act like they want to stay in their contract, and they end up, jumping ship. They do that all the time, right?
You know what?
Yeah,
It's got to put you in an awkward position.
I changed my mind. UVA, cut the check. You want
you changed your mind just that bad. Them New York brothers. That's what it is. Them New York brothers.
But let's be real, right?
Hey, look at Dame Dash. Look at Dame Dash. Let me go ahead.
Cut the check.
All right, but look, this is the thing. Like Charles said, she was highly recruited out of high school. That is putting her in a position that they can utilize her abilities. Now, you're telling me that at this junction, they're willing to bring her on here and let her be unapologetically Don Stanley.
Oh, no.
Staley.
Who?
Staley. Don Staley.
I call her Stanley. You call her Staley, I call her Stanley. I know. My family from Germantown, Philly. We call her Stanley. But no, all jokes aside, I don't know that they're going to let her run the way she wants to run so that she can
She
build
can't be
it.
true to herself. What we see now is her.
Well, what does that mean? This is what I'm asking y'all, because maybe I'm missing something.
Right.
What does that mean, be true to yourself? Like, for example, if Gino Auriemma came and said, okay, I'm going to be the head coach at UVA, nobody's asking Gino what kind of program you running. Gino's dictating this is how it's going to go based on my legacy.
Right, but
how come Dawn wouldn't get that same leeway?
I don't think that she will, man. Like, I just think that.
What's the reason for that?
Well, this is my whole thing. Okay, living here in Charlottesville, I love Charlottesville. I go hard for Charlottesville now that I'm here. Now, but behind the scenes, I think that Charlottesville is still controlled by the people who have controlled Charlottesville. Now, right now, they have a black eye on them, because when, not going back, but August 8th, August 12th, they were allowed to walk around the campus and do certain things. Certain people were allowed to walk around the campus and do certain things. So you mean to tell me that they're going to let Don Stanley in her
Staley.
I done told you. I done ate pumpkin pie at a people's house.
Hey, Charles, cue up the Birdman. Put some respect on my name.
But look, all jokes aside, I just don't see. I mean, even with all of her accomplishments, if they were going to do something like it and let her run like that, they would have let the only person who had the greater college career here in UVA be part of the program. Have y'all seen Ralph Sampson around here?
I ain't seen Ralph Sampson nowhere.
Oh, exactly. So you're talking about Ralph Sampson and Don running things the way that they want to run things. I don't see it happening.
Max, I'm going to leave you with this. The great American philosopher Mike Jones said, back then they ain't want me. Now they all alone.
And when the last time he cut an album?
But check it out, though. Remember the question at hand. Because honestly, like what we're debating right now isn't even a question. Whether y'all realize it or not, UVA wants her. Because like what Aaron's saying, she brings that environment of winning. And like I said, they recruited her knowing who she is. And so, as she mentioned, there was an athletic director that passed on her, that left a bad taste in her mouth. Then she said she's fond of the current. We have a new athletic director at UVA. Yeah. So to her, she left it open-ended to where she's considering it.
I will say I wouldn't mind seeing it.
Now, see, they done turned you two back.
No. I said that I wouldn't mind seeing it.
No, I'm just saying, if she really felt that there was an opportunity, her first words wouldn't have been nah. Because that's going to get broadcasted all across the world.
No, but that's that dedication to South Carolina. I think that's
and also her team is still playing right now.
That's still her alma mater.
Her team is playing for a chance to win another national
championship. That's still her alma mater. That's still her alma mater. So, regardless of where you go in your life, you never turn your back on where you came from. No. They turn on her. She feels that the athletic department turned on her.
Right.
So at that point, her feelings are justified. In my humble opinion, her feelings are justified. So saying that they're gonna stroke her a check, nah, she can get a check anywhere because she's Dawn Staley.
How many zeros?
Is that good by y'all? Y'all happy now? Yeah, but no. I mean, everybody's gonna cut her a check, just like everybody would cut Gino a check. I don't think that she's going to go. I think she has enough self-respect about herself to say everything that I did here, and y'all going to treat me like that or not accept me when I want to come, and I just turned around Temple? Come on, man.
Everybody got a number.
Yeah.
That's it.
True, yeah.
Thank you for that question.
Yeah.
No problem. Anytime, boss. So listen, we taking a break?
I think so.
All right, let's take a quick break. You're tuned in to In My Humble Opinion on 101 Jams. We'll be right back after this.
And I got a little song here that I'm quite fond of. It may be me and Don Staley's theme song. Aaron, you know this one? Send it out to Cali.
It was 5 chains on my neck.
My folks in Cali that's listening, San Diego. Last time I checked, Don Staley had no smut on her rep.
I believe Charles got a court case somewhere.